This is your WW3 news of Monday morning. Britain. English high street shops. There was many known establishments, small shops, small businesses. But in the last, few decades, they gradually were disappearing under various governments. It's obvious. And the phenomenon of American candy shops, vapor shops and Turkish barber shops exceeding the so-called, demand of the public is astronomical. And obviously, it's legit to, start investigating. How come? Well, through journalistic investigation, they had discovered these small shops are run by dodgy characters, by foreign origin, not qualified to run a business. Skills in the English language absolutely appalling, and they can be very aggressive in certain cases, especially when journalists start nosing around. Mind you, the trading standards officers, they are very little, and the ways which they do, they find all type of things which doesn't go by the law, you should say, all legal activities. These activities are just what you might call it, front line for illegal activities from foreign gangs, criminal syndicates are basically from laundering money from illegal smuggling people, traffickers, money sent overseas to fund probably Islamic terrorist groups, because most of them are run by people who have connections with these type of organisations, nationalities I should say. And obviously all the tax revenues dodging it. You come to the idea saying, why do they not do nothing about it? It's a phenomenon which has been going on for years. Seeing how traditional high street shops are disappearing due to high taxes. And the new scheme for encouraging new businesses to open up didn't exactly open up with a phenomenon with these shops, which are just a legal way to launder money from illegal activities, as I mentioned before. And mind you, there is a GB News and another journalist been doing undercover investigation into this thing. And God, how they are aggressive, these people, as soon as you appear on the scene. And it seems to be fed through the grapevine of other establishments of this type. They know his presence. Because it's obvious. They don't want to be filmed. It's not a question of privacy because they've got a lot to hide. Obviously, trading standards officers, their rates are not that sufficient enough. It's due to underfunding. It's not much of them going around. And obviously they are threatened by these would-be, owners of these business establishments, death threats, physical threats, threats towards their family, act of intimidation of all sorts, because there is a lot of money behind it. And mind you, it's just a way to bring in illegals, cheap source of labour, or one of these boat people have to pay off a so-called debit, the cost of coming over. Because the problem wasn't the fortunate ones who end up in one of these so-called hotel things, facilities, which the so-called asylum seekers are, well, I should say fake asylum seekers, they're currently hosted in that British taxpayers' expense. And it looks like the Labour government said, well, we need another 10,000 of these people. Now, they want to force these extra 2,000 on people who have houses, £350 or 600 quid compensation. I think is it for a week or a month or God knows what. Seeing what type of reputation these so-called fake asylum seekers have, not very good. And it's obvious people cannot trust these people. Not even the government, because obviously they're not going to do nothing about these establishments. Mind you, there was a bit of a fault of the Tory government, the Boris Johnson era, relaxing visa requirements. It's probably in part of this complex situation. You just imagine having one of these people in your house in your house. Because they're running out of accommodation. If you're running out of accommodation and the finance, you don't let these people in. When it's come to communists, they do not give a monkeys. They do not reason with logic or any other type of common sense, really. There you are. I passed from high street shops disappearing and managed by shady characters, and the criminality activity, which has probably been known much, was not made public. Doesn't seem to be a political, will to combat these things, really. It's a bit like living in a banana republic.